Quickly, I just want to tell a little bit about myself and why I feel so honored actually to be here for the state of the city. I am originally from Michigan. I'm not sure if many of you know that. Born and raised, attended Michigan State University. However, I have Valley roots, as many of us do and as we find throughout people we meet. My father was a 1980 graduate from Weslaco High School. So unfortunately, I don't have my Panther purple on today, and I'm saying Panther because I am biased. Again, father was a Weslaco High School graduate. So it is really wonderful to be able to come back and work in Weslaco, where my father grew up, where my father was raised, and the streets he kind of roamed on, and so it's been really great to be here for the last 4 years here in Weslaco. And so again, as I mentioned, it is an honor to be here at the State of the City this year with you all. So I am excited to get started and to kind of get this afternoon going. And of course, we will be hearing from our mayor and hearing some great words about where the city of Weslaco is going and the future of the city. So it's going to be absolutely wonderful. But before we begin, I want to go ahead and start off with an invocation from Father Luis F. Sanchez from St. Pius Catholic Church, so we can welcome him on the stage this afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please bow your heads as we pray. O God, of many names and continuing presence in our lives, you have reached out to us in all our human variety, our many faiths, cultures, languages, and beliefs, and we recognize you most fully when we care for one another, especially those of our brothers and sisters who need our help. Bring our hearts and our minds peace. Help us add as you add. Dear God, thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health, for the improvements in our city's infrastructure, for sustenance, and for friendship. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities. We pray for our mayor, Mr. David Suarez, for the various levels of city's officials, and in particular, for our city of Weslaco. We pray that you grant our city officials wisdom to govern, a sense of welfare, confidence in what is good and fitting, ability to work together, and personal peace in their lives, and a spirit of service in their task. Help us to notice how you work among us in all of these moments of human encounter, and accompany us as we respond to the needs of this Weslaco community. Help us to move forward in our city's plans to improve our quality of life. Fill our hearts with the desire to make our city of Weslaco our home. It is in your most blessed name we prayed. Amen.
Thank you, Father Sanchez. So we will be hearing from a Weslaco treasure next, and I would like to say a few words before I do introduce who that is. So when I first got here to Weslaco and started working at KRGV, a coworker of mine who is a dear friend now gave me a CD and said, "You really need to listen to this. You're just going to love his music, and you need to keep this in your car at all times." And that was 4 years ago, and I will tell you that I, one, did enjoy his music, and two, I still have his CD in my car this very day. So it is my great pleasure to introduce Andy Valise, who will be singing our national anthem this afternoon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous light o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Again, if we can get another round of applause for Mr. Valise, thank you. We appreciate that. That's okay. We're just going to hold it. That's fine. It's perfect. Actually, what we are going to do now is I'm going to let you all enjoy your lunch, and we will be breaking for just a few moments while you do enjoy your lunch, and then we will come back to hear a special message from our Weslaco City Commissioners. So thank you again so much for coming out this afternoon and joining us for the Weslaco State of the City for 2020. It is a big year. It means a lot. We have a lot going on, and of course, I know the mayor is excited to tell you where the future of Weslaco is going. So we will be back in about 20 minutes. Turn your heads to the screen. We're going to hear a word from our Weslaco City Commissioners.
Hi, how are you? I'm Leticia Lopez, Leti Lopez, Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Weslaco. I also represent District 5. My district is a unique district that I'm blessed to be able to not only represent the west side of Weslaco, but I also have some constituents in the east side. In the west side, it is more of the business, the parks, the quality of life, per se, of the citizens. We've got the Isaac Rodriguez Park, the Mayor Pablo Peña, along with a lot of the large retail stores. We have the Onion Festival, we have the 4th of July, al fresco. We're a gem to the valley. We're a hidden treasure that not everyone has yet discovered, such as the Valley Nature Center, the Birding Center, a lot of unique items that we're blessed to have them here in Weslaco. We have South Texas College that is just booming here in Weslaco. We also have the UTV RGB that came into Weslaco. We have the IDEA Academy that their headquarters is here, and they have offices or schools throughout the nation. But most importantly also we have a Weslaco ISD, which has 2 high schools, and they have a lot of programs, extracurricular and activities for the children. So we've got a lot of choices for the education of our children and for new families wanting to come into Weslaco. I'm blessed and humbled to be representing the citizens of Weslaco.
My name is Joshua Pedraza, and I represent District Number 6. The main reason for putting a fire station on the north side of town is to have a regionalization for that part of town, and also to have better access for individuals who might be in a critical situation, and there'll be faster response times. We're actually looking to build a police fire station combo facility. It'll be a centralized location. Our police and fire department will have easier access to our citizens, which is something that we feel is very necessary. The land has been purchased. We're looking to start construction here soon. It would house Fire Station Number 2, along with moving our police station, which we currently have along the expressway, down to downtown Weslaco. Our library has seen an increase in traffic, and we're outgrowing that. Also, it was built many years back, so to keep up with the ever-changing technology needs of today's student and just everyday learner, we need to provide our citizens with a new facility that would meet these demands. Right now we have 6 corporate hangars that we're looking to construct here soon, and that was within the EDC grant of $1.4 million, and that will improve ramp space, it will improve a taxiway, and also striping. And I think the biggest here for the airport is the $60,000 of extra revenue that it will provide for our airport annually. It is going to be a beautiful park with walking, jogging trails, with a sand volleyball park, tennis courts, splash parks. We'll have soccer fields. It's going to have a amphitheater. What I'm most proud of is it would have to be the AA- rating given to us by a financial entity, which means we're moving in the right direction, and that is something that Weslaco has longed for.
Hello, my name is Adrian Farias. I'm your City Commissioner for District 4 for the City of Weslaco. Our drainage committee is made up of 9 people from the city, from all over the city. They're all appointed by the different commissioners and mayor. They started probably back right after our flood in 2018, and we'll put together and worked a lot of hours, countless hours, and being selfless and putting others' interests ahead of theirs. And they had this $14 million that they had to work with. And after evaluating and getting the stuff back from our engineers, they were able to look at about 10 different projects that we're able to work with. We've completed 2 and are working on a 3rd right now. One of the ones we've completed is a retention pond on the south of 88, right behind the Dollar General. They completed that one. We worked with the city as well as the county to remove that dirt. We've also worked with the Hidalgo County Drainage District 9 on on the north side off of Merida and Austin. That project was complete not too long ago. I was able to expand the ditch, add some additional drainage pipes, and so it's been very helpful and kind of repave the streets and reconstruct that area as well. On Austin Street, they added 2 additional pipes. I would say maybe about 6 to 8 feet. They added 2 pipes to move the water out of the Merida area, which is right north of Sugarcane. So a lot of those areas did get flooded during our last flood. So by widening them and adding those additional pipes, making them wider and bigger, it's able to move that water out of that area a lot faster than it did before. Out of the 10 projects that we're able to do, that bond that passed, 9 out of the 10 are being done in-house, and thanks to our Public Works for doing that.
My name is Greg Kerr. I'm your Weslaco City Commissioner for District Number 2. Earlier last month, the City Commission voted to place on the ballot for an upcoming May election several charter amendments, three important charter amendments that are going to give the citizens of Weslaco an opportunity to address how their elections are run. The first amendment I'll talk about is an extension of the terms of the city commissioners from 3-year to 4-year terms. That is something most cities around this area and across the Rio Grande Valley, the elected officials serve 4-year terms, the city commissioners serve 4-year terms. Right now the city has elections every year. Potentially, if we extend these, we can line up elections with maybe the school district. The other 2, which I think are going to be pretty hotly contested items. The first one being a transition potentially from a full single-member district system to what has been termed a hybrid system. What we've come up with and what's being proposed on this ballot is kind of a middle ground between a true at-large system on one hand and a single-member district system on the other hand. And the idea is to have 4 districts across the city. The third proposed charter amendment that we're looking at, or that's going to be on the ballot in May, is the term limit. So Weslaco, currently, you can run for city commission as many times as you want, and as long as the citizens keep electing you, you can stay there. What's being proposed now is to cap the amount of terms that a given commissioner can serve to 3 consecutive 4-year terms or 4 consecutive 3-year terms for a total. In other words, if this amendment passes, no commissioner will be able to serve more than 12 consecutive years on the commission. The most important thing, and I think the reason why we bring it to the people, is to give them that option, put it in their hands. City Commission doesn't get to decide how we're going to elect our officials. We let the citizens decide that.
Hello, I'm JP Rodriguez. I am your Weslaco City Commissioner for District 3. One of the most important things that the citizens need to know about 2020 is that we're going to have our 2020 census taking place. And the census is a count of every single person in the 50 states. Invitation is made to every single household by April 1st, and then participation can be made online, by telephone, or through the mail. The data that's collected is used to determine federal funding for a lot of issues and a lot of things such as public safety, such as clinics and hospitals, SNAP, Medicaid, Head Start, schools, public roads, to include the highway, which is very important because it's an evacuation route. We want to encourage every single person to participate, every household, and we want to clarify that it is confidential. There should be no fear when participating in the U.S. Census and the information that's gathered through the process. That information is going to be used to make our community a better place to live. The impact from this data that's going to be collected is going to affect us for the next decade. So we want to make sure that every single person in Weslaco participates. I count, you count, we all count for the city of Weslaco.
So please let's give a round of applause to our city commissioners for all the hard work that they do. I will say it is amazing to have seen the growth of Weslaco. As I mentioned, my family is from Weslaco, so I have been visiting since I was a young child, as early as I can remember. So to see it have grown in 20 years is truly amazing. And, you know, it wouldn't be without the hard work of the commissioners, of all of you, of constituents voicing their concern, the mayor. It's really a team effort, and without each other working together, you know, things wouldn't get done and things wouldn't happen. And the city wouldn't be growing as it is. And of course, we also want to thank our platinum sponsors for making today happen. We couldn't do it without you. So I'd like to thank South Texas Health System, SIL, Cruz Hogan, Medcare, Knapp Medical Center, and ERO. Please, if we can give a round of applause to our platinum sponsors. And of course, our bronze, gold, and silver sponsors as well. Another round of applause for them. Thank you. So now, before we get to hear from the mayor, we are going to again turn to the screen once more to hear a few short words before we get started.
My goal still is, and I believe the city of Weslaco goal is that we hit the 50,000 plus mark in the census, because it'll give us a seat at the Valley NPO. That was a big, huge merger that happened this past year. As the mayor of Weslaco, not just for me or whoever the successor will be, we need to have a seat there so we can, you know, fight for Weslaco, for infrastructure and road improvements. And we want Weslaco to be a destination. Our General Aviation Airport is a gem. It's expanded. It continues to grow, and I think you're going to see more air traffic here because you got a lot of, you know, international people, customers that want to come into Weslaco. They don't want to, you know, the wait time in McAllen, Brownsville, Harlingen. So I think we're going to see a lot more traffic, you know, coming this way. And they're just not going to come and shop in Weslaco, but they're going to land here in Weslaco, and hopefully they'll stay in Weslaco. Quality of life is very important to have corporate, you know, citizens come in, or just other professionals, or, you know, Weslaco's no longer a bedroom community. I mean, it's going to continue to grow. We're talking about 50,000 plus within the city limits. There's a lot of people coming to Weslaco to work, shop, and that's evident because of our sales tax. Our sales tax has grown steadily. I know Capa wants to continue to expand. I know Mr. Spammer, you know, he wants to expand, and he's just waiting for us to get more land and do more warehouse, store more cotton. They deliver cotton fast. That's their motto. We want to help him. He's been a visionary when it comes to that. And he has a lot of connections internationally, so we want to be part of that. And as he continues to grow, Weslaco grows. I'm amazed how the birding population, you know, you got people from Alaska, from all over the country, and outside the country, they just come down here because the environment, the area, I mean, it's cheap to come out here, and there's a lot of birds. There's a lot of species of birds here. I mean, I was astounded when I was at the EDC that we were spending money on that, but the birding center is situated in Mercedes, but it's a state birding center, so it's regional. People coming to the birding center are staying in Weslaco, coming to Weslaco, so it's been huge for Weslaco. That's a big boost to our economy. Over 1,000 new rooftops, that's, you know, households and the majority apartments, so that's been huge. That's evident by permits that we've been issuing out, and then the sales tax increase. There's a 242 tax credit, affordable housing, Danny Phillips project, nonprofit project on 9th Street. That's moving fast, and you know, that's going to be filled here within 12 to 18 months. I challenge the citizens of Weslaco to continue to get involved because we're listening. When we get involved in ideas and we collaborate, we might not always get what we want, but we need to stay positive, move forward, and progress and move the city forward. I think the citizens are real good about holding us accountable, and I tell them to continue to hold us accountable, but go out there and vote. And if you don't like something, vote for it. You think it's right, be vocal about it, come to city meetings, come to an open forum, and go ahead and speak your mind, because we encourage that. Challenge our business community to continue to get involved in committees, come and participate, add value to those committees, get involved with the chamber, support the chamber, support buy local, because it stays here, and those tax dollars recycle here. We have a big community, and they're big employers here in the city of Weslaco. If they get involved along with the city, then it means a big message to our children, our students, our future. If we work together and we come in as one, then they'll follow suit. You know, Weslaco, its biggest asset, it's its people, and I truly believe that. I live and die and I breathe Weslaco. It's an honor for me and a privilege to be the mayor of Weslaco, and that's to me, that's, you know, the ultimate. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all the citizens of Weslaco to continue the progress. Thank you for all they do and for participating in the business community, all the volunteers, all the board, all the different committees that we have here in the city of Weslaco, and our employees. God bless Weslaco, and God bless you.
And what we've seen and what we've heard is that Weslaco is a hidden treasure, and we've seen that there is economic growth here. There is obviously recreation. We are paying attention to our health. There's a lot of things that are happening here, a lot of behind the scenes works. And I'd also like to highlight the fact that Weslaco crime has decreased 4%. So we'd like to thank Chief Rivera and the Boys in Blue for making that happen and protecting everyone in the city, and of course, everyone who enters the great city of Weslaco as well. So we can give a round of applause. So whether it's al fresco, it's the Tinaco Bowl, if you are going out to purchase something and supporting our small businesses, whether you need help and you need to find some help here in the community, there is something here for you. And of course, all this wouldn't be possible without Mayor David Suarez. So I would like to welcome him onto the stage right now, and we can hear from the man of the hour.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you. As the mayor of Weslaco, it is my honor to welcome you to the 2020 State of the City Address. I would like to start by saying thank you to all the sponsors. Round of applause to all the sponsors. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you to the staff that spent countless hours organizing everything. You all have done an excellent job, a wonderful job. Another round of applause to the staff and everybody that put it together. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like to ask all the members of the Weslaco City Commission to please stand so we can acknowledge you. Thank you for all your service, your leadership, and especially your friendship. I am grateful for your leadership and your partnership. Thank you so much. To the management team, thank you for your passion, hard work, and commitment to our city. Will all the members of the management team and the employees of the City of Weslaco please stand? Thank you. Thank you for all you do. Lastly, I would like to recognize all our elected officials from across the valley who have joined us this afternoon. Would you please stand? Thank you for all your hard work in making the Rio Grande Valley and Weslaco the great city that it is. Thank you so much. As I have said in the past and cannot say enough, to my family, whose unwavering love and support makes it possible for me to be a dad, husband, and mayor, words cannot begin to express how grateful I am for each of you. To my wife, Ramona, who is my best friend, my rock, and my inspiration. To my children, who are my everything, my reasons why. I say thank you. When I watch the videos we just saw, I get choked up and excited with pride for my hometown. It is a world-class city filled with world-class people. Oftentimes, State of the City speeches are highlight reels where we talk at great length about all we've accomplished. And make no mistake, we've accomplished a great deal these last several years. But Weslaco does not present itself as a highlight reel. Weslaco is not that city, and I'm not that mayor. As I have shared in the past, I believe good is the enemy of great. I am not trying to just be a good mayor. I'm working towards becoming a great mayor because Weslaco deserves nothing less. And so, for that reason, our work must continue. Weslaco has accomplished much, but but things are not perfect. Yes, we can, and we should pause to celebrate all we have accomplished, but we must not sit back and admire what we have done. Rather, we should continue to challenge ourselves and one another to accelerate the pace of change and continue to work on all that will make our great city even better. I can say with conviction that the state of the city is strong and growing stronger. We have built a city that is vibrant, safe, welcoming to all residents, friendly to families, and a leader on a national stage. Today, I would like to frame my message to you by quoting an old Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times. Presumably, this is a curse because during interesting times, everything in our lives is harder. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in interesting times. In Washington, the federal government struggles to legislate, and partisanship and division is the rule. Every year, our federal and state government push local governments to do more with less for individuals, for communities, and for businesses. Even the financial markets just in the last few days have made everyone concerned about the future of our economy. Times are truly interesting, and for a community like ours, these times are as interesting as we want them to get. The good news for us is that while we remain a community that is not as affluent as many that surround us, we have made tremendous strides in building fiscal stability in order to weather these storms and reduce the impact of these interesting times. Over the past 6 years, our administration has been aggressive in balancing our budgets, upgrading our infrastructure, lowering property taxes, and investing wisely. Every day we have a choice to make. We have two hands, and we are standing on a ladder of success. We can either use one of those hands to pat ourselves in the back and feel good about what we've done, or we can decide to keep climbing and reach for that next rung. To me, the choice is clear. We must continue to be aggressive and invest in Weslaco. We must continue to invest in our fire and police departments, our library, our airport, our streets, our drainage, our parks, and our industrial park, and in our neighborhoods. 3 years ago, we promised the citizens of Weslaco a new fire station on the north side, a new sports park on the north side, and a new centralized police and fire station in downtown Weslaco, and an aggressive approach to solving our drainage issues. I'd like to pause a little bit here. We've done a lot with the drainage. I know we've struggled here in Weslaco over the last 4 or 5 years, in 2015, 18, and 19, and with the help of the citizens and the committee and the help of Hidalgo County District 1 and the help with Hidalgo County Precinct 1, we've tackled and taken the drainage problem head on. And I'm very proud of that, and we'll continue to work on that. And that's one of our main issues, one of the main things that we're striving to better our lives here in Weslaco and the whole region. And we're working on the drainage. So we'll continue working on that. We'll also continue to our partnership with Hidalgo County Precinct 1 to address flooding to the northeast and to the east sides of Weslaco, as well as work with the Metropolitan Planning Organization and Hidalgo County on expanding and widening Northwest Gate from Mile 9 to Mile 11 and Mile 10 from West Gate to 1015. On the note of Mile 9 to Mile 11, that project has been in the books for 15 years. I want to thank the MPO, especially Hidalgo County Commissioner Precinct 1, Ed Fuentes, the city of Weslaco, for working hard and making this a reality. That project is going to go, will be led April 10th, God willing. I think that deserves a round of applause. Thank everybody for making that happen. That's a $12.4 million construction project, and we're very excited. You're going to see a lot of traffic there, but it's going to be for the betterment of the city of Weslaco and the county. It's going to be a 5-lane curb and gutter sidewalk. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. Whereas the public sector must be an important catalyst for growth, it is you, the private sector, the private and education sectors that must take the lead, and with your leadership, Weslaco will be and is ready for takeoff. In every corner of the city, your investments are reshaping our neighborhoods, our schools, and commercial landscapes. Your investments are not random acts of investment, but a strategic measure to ensure our success. You are investing in Weslaco because Weslaco is invested in itself, its culture, its younger generations, its infrastructure, and its vibrancy. As you continue to be the drivers of our economic base, the city will draw additional private investment. This is evident in our industrial park and airport. Our industrial park and airport are experiencing their highest level of occupancy, signaling the interest that exists for space in Weslaco. Additionally, over the next year, the city will see over 500 units of housing coming online. This is especially important as we work towards counting everyone in the upcoming census. Everyone counts because Weslaco counts. The census will provide Weslaco with more federal dollars and a seat at the Metropolitan Planning Organization, which will allow us to have a larger voice and a presence amongst the Valley's largest cities in a direct vote for future transportation dollars. With development growing at a record pace, we must continue to challenge each other to set the stage for bigger things to happen. Development does not happen on its own. It takes everyone in this room. Therefore, I challenge each of you to challenge me, to challenge yourselves, and to challenge one another to continue to make our community the best in the Rio Grande Valley. In closing, I will reiterate that while the world around us is a sea of tumultuous waves and unpredictable events, if we do not make the hard decisions now, if we do not make the needed investments, if we do not challenge ourselves and challenge one another, if we do not rise to meet these challenges, we will weaken our position. Only together will we maintain our city's strength, and we will continue to make Weslaco better. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless Weslaco.
We are going to keep Mayor Suarez on stage, and at this moment we're going to invite Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez and Precinct 1 Commissioner David Fuentes to the stage to present a proclamation, so we can get a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Well, again, we want to congratulate the mayor and the commissioners and all of the city of Weslaco for all those beautiful achievements that you've just heard of this afternoon. I also want to take the time to congratulate our commissioner who's been reelected, David Fuentes. Congratulations, David. I believe his reelection is going to really help Precinct 1. We needed stability in this area, and this will give us that. Few things get done without proper leadership. So today I thought it would be appropriate to recognize one of your fine leaders by giving him this certificate of appreciation to your mayor, the Honorable David Suarez. And I don't want to read it all, but I want to paraphrase some of it, because the future of Weslaco is going to depend on the decisions largely by your government and the people around it. You've heard different words about regionalization, working together, getting over that 50,000 threshold, working with the NPO, all of that requires leadership. So in the modern history of Weslaco has been marked by rapid growth, strong business opportunities, and exceptional leadership, all contributing to the powerful engine helping to drive the economy and the well-being of the Rio Grande Valley. Leading this community has been Mayor Suarez, who in his 3 terms has overseen the highest bond rating in the city's history. May I have an applause? And an inspiring response to the challenge of the natural disaster, including the devastation of the 2018 flooding, in which more than 2,500 homes were damaged. Just as many vehicles were destroyed and hundreds of businesses were impacted. Mayor Suarez worked diligently with his team to address these issues by developing a drainage plan. He pushed forward in the creation of a new Northside fire station, the new Northside 40-acre track park, and added airport improvements with hangars throughout the Economic Development Administration plan, and I can go so on. So we thought in the county that it was very appropriate for us to recognize your mayor. So Mayor, on behalf of the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court, congratulations for your fine work.
Thank you.
Another round of applause for this team that is making change happen here in Weslaco, folks. One, two, three, say cheese. No, say Weslaco, that's better. Wonderful, thank you. And it goes to say that change happens as a group in partnerships and working together. So whether you are a city, local, state official, whether you are the men and women protecting our communities, whether you're a small business owner here in the city of Weslaco, whether you're just a constituent, you all play a major part in the city and making change, and you should be very proud of yourselves for working together and making a difference in the community. So I do want to thank you all for letting me participate with you this afternoon and letting me be here and for the state of the city in Weslaco for year 2020. It is a big year, folks. And I want to thank you all so much for coming out and joining us this afternoon and joining the mayor. I hope you all enjoyed your lunch and you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. That's going to wrap it up for us today. Thank you.